G'day enthusiasts, I'm Brendan Reeves and welcome to the first in our series of N-Track guides. And we're starting right here at Winton Motor Raceway, which will host the 2021 Hyundai N Festival on December 18 and 19. Winton Raceway is located near Benalla in rural Victoria, 233 kilometres or a 2.5 hour drive northeast of Melbourne. It is one of the country's oldest permanent circuits, hosting its first motor racing event in 1961 and has been a regular fixture for Australia's most popular national championships ever since. It has two circuit configurations, the original 2.03 kilometre club circuit and the 3 kilometre national circuit that debuted in 1997. It's the longest circuit that's most often used, and that's the one we'll be concentrating on today. So let's go for a drive. I'm going to take you around in this brand new i30 Sedan N. I'll give you some tips and hints about improving your lap time here at Winton. So guys, we're on the start finish line here at Winton Motor Raceway. This is the fastest part of the track and you're coming straight into turn 1 and 2 chicane. So highest speed entry, you want to keep your eyes up down the road. There's braking markers on the right to go off as well. So really keep your eyes on them because you'll be doing around 200 k's an hour coming down here. Brake in a straight line, get the weight on the front of the car. It's quite an aggressive curve on the inside, so I'd stay just off that. Get the apex, and that switch in the middle of the corner is crucial because you run out of turn 2, there's a big concrete wall on the outside which you don't want to hit. And you don't want to use much of that exit curve as well because that's quite aggressive. As you come out of turn 2, have a quick check in your mirrors because you're coming up on a brow and someone can get a good run up on you coming up the hill. Into turn 3. This turn's one of the trickiest for me when I've been here the first few times because, like I said, it's quite blind and there's not a lot of room on the exit. So you want to turn in pretty early, just stay off that curb, but use a little bit of the curb on the exit. Not too much because it's a rumble strip, it's quite aggressive. Then there's a new curb there they've done for the entry into turn 4 and use most of the apex on turn 4 as well and let the car flow out and onto this short straight before turn 5. This is the trickiest corner of the whole track. It's where a lot of the accidents happen and you really want to judge your speed coming in. A light tap of the brakes. You want to be in the middle of the corner, not using too much of the apex because then you've got a second apex at turn 6. As you exit turn 6 here, the road gets really narrow. Turn into turn 7, roll over corner. Not much room at all here at the exit, but you need to drive the car straight. It almost looks like you're going to drive into the gravel trap, but that's where you get the best braking. Then you can pivot the car and get a late apex and run the car all the way out here towards the big tree. Out of 8, next we've got the S's. They're big, long, slow corners, mainly used for drifting. On turn 9 here, you have to sacrifice a lot of the exit and hug in nice and tight. Then you get a much better approach into turn 10. Turn 10 you want to turn in quite late, be patient with it as well. You want to almost clip the apex right at the end of the corner because you need to use all the exit apex, run a wheel up onto that curb and then you're on to a big straight. Now we're coming into more straights and square corners on the track. You've got to sort of recalibrate your brain and think about that. Braking nice and late, getting the car straight. And this corner, turn 11, is really deceptive, especially on the exit. So you've got to be a little bit slower coming in, stay into a late apex, because if you let the car wash out too early, you'll be on the gravel. And these cars with the ELSD, when you get on the throttle, the car will really pivot. So use that to your advantage at the exit of the corner there. Let the car flow out onto the straight because you can get a really good top speed down here before turn 12. When you're coming down this straight, have a quick check of your tyre pressure monitors because after turn 12, that's when you can peel off into the pits and that's your last chance there to do that. Coming into turn 12, you can see a lot of black lines on the track. Don't be deterred by them, because a lot of them go straight ahead. You want to get a nice clip on that apex, and be wary when you're mid-corner, because there's the exit to the pits. You don't want to go down that track, but you want to use a little bit of the exit curb to turn into turn 13, which is really crucial, because this is where you flow onto the longest straight of the track. Use a tiny bit of the exit curb, which is pretty smooth, but you don't want to use too much of it, because there's another concrete wall. Then you need to get across to the other side of the track when you check your mirrors, because someone might be coming up the inside. So then you get a really good line into turn 1 again. So that's how the lap goes here at Winton. Make sure you enjoy it, but be patient, take your time, and you'll love it. Whoa, what a great little car that is, and what an awesome track. You're going to have so much fun trying it out yourself. If you've never been to Winton, here's some handy hints about getting into the groove around this awesome track. When you go out in your first session, really focus on section 1. Get your braking points right, your apexes coming out up over the crest down into turn 4. Then for the rest of the lap, you can back off and really focus on getting that section right. Once you've got that right, in your next session, go out and concentrate on section 2 and do the same thing, and the same next time you go out in session 3, do it for section 3. Then at the end, you put it all together and you're really going to nail that lap. Don't be fooled, it's a tricky little track, but it's so much fun, especially in something like this, the all-new Hyundai i30 Sedan N. We'll see you on track soon.